everybody, this is Jeff here, and we're back with some Steel Division. This is another game from a Vulcan livestream. Vulcan is playing the 1st Pansia. Mano is playing the 2nd Infantry. Balak is playing the 7th Armored. I'm playing the 101st Airborne. Island Man is playing the 1st SS Panzer. Zaskrag is playing the 7th 16th Infantry. Giteau, 83, is playing the 17 SS Panzer Grenadier, and the Mercer is playing the 2nd Panzer. I'm over here with Man, and on the right we have Vulcan, who doesn't have a mark down, and Balak, which is to his... over here. Vulcan. That's kind of a shitty way for... yeah, that kind of sucks. He's got all this. Oh well. So off we go to the races. Who gets here first? Nobody knows. Who gets here first? Nobody knows. A race to the center of the map. You can kind of see why Vulcan gets so much, because there's this road, and then there is no cross-map road all along here. You know, this road does lead them to there. They've got that, and then there's a little path that does go here, so they can kind of rush through there. But also, I'm running up, Balak is over there, and I'm racing for the town with my stuff. Mostly infantry. All infantry. I don't even have any close support tanks or anything, but then I am the 101st Airborne. On the left of me is Mano, who's running up to here. And in front of us, it turns out that there is only one guy. So let's go back to the neutral standpoint, and I get into the town. I can see all this stuff coming in, and immediately start engaging it. I am on me. Yep, I am on me. So these things are really, really annoying. Got my infantry here. Getting my riflemen moved up. Completely just wiped those guys out. Got my airborne engineers moving up. They've got support from a 50 cal machine gun over here in the town. This is pinned down constantly. And I've got my 75mm howitzer going. So I had a pretty quick, decisive move. Move up, take the town. And on this side of the map, we're taking the tree line. Short, quick, and decisive. The only unit that is not mine in the town now is this one, which will shortly be kicked out. And there it goes, it's running away. So this destroyed everything that was in front of us. And there's Geo there, who has basically been annihilated. He's got some stuff coming up here for reinforcements, but he is to a very large extent been annihilated here. And I start doing a little bit of probing, kind of confused as to what's going on, because I was expecting a little bit of a harder fight, but I didn't realize the situation that 83, I'm just going to call him 83 because it's easier. I didn't realize the position that 83 was in. I didn't realize it quite yet. Ooh, that's a support tank. What is it? Oh, it's a Stug 3. So, I marked that one unexpectedly well, because I was expecting this to be a death trap for me. And the 101st Airborne doesn't really have the most firepower at the beginning. But I've got a Pathfinder recon going up. See if I can spot anything. There's an IG-18 in the middle of the field, so I don't want to move my infantry through the open, because that'll kill them. But I have 2 howitzers. Start having them focus that down. Mano is headed over here with some rifles, catches that out. The stormtroopers are now stuck out in the open. I've got my artillery taking out the IG-18. And this is doing recon. And this is about the time I realized that there is only 83 in front of us for this entire front, and he doesn't have a lot. So, M22 time. Time to bring in the Locusts, which don't have a hell of a lot of armor, 3, 2, and 2. Nor do they have a really best gun. 37 mil for an 8 AP. But, there's one thing they are. And that is they're relatively fast, 70 kilometers an hour on road. And the annoying thing about that took out my artillery. Ugh. So on the far left, Mano is heading forward with 2 M4 duplex drive tanks. And he's bringing in some more infantry support. I'm counter-battering the Noble Warfare, because that was really annoying, killing my artillery like it did. So I've got my howitzers firing away. And it's forcing it to fall back. And over here, desert rats are pushing up from Rollock. Or Bollock. Bringing up my Locusts. Got another, well, M22, not Locust, but another M22 there coming up. Still got my artillery firing. This thing is in range of something. In range of the mortar. And it kills it. It's also in range of the command unit. Right there. Which will pin it and slowly start killing it too. And this Stuart is taking care of, well, shooting it at that, but not really killing it. This guy exposed himself. So here comes the medium fire from that. And my M22s are showing up. And that is now dead. So, we're pushing over here. There isn't much in front of him. There isn't much in front of me at the moment, so I have this guy firing high explosive there. As this tank charges up, I've got this tank moving across the open field. It barely fit between those two buildings, but it did. I've also got this guy and the church tower there. You can see that the field of fire system, the C key, doesn't actually show the fact that this has a few over the tops of the buildings. My M22 killed the supply truck. Using my Locust to pin things down and charge. Make him surrender. Got to avoid the Stormtroop, because that can actually just kill my guys if it gets lucky. But he didn't. Oh, if he had, that would have been dreadful. But that will force that to surrender. And now I can have my tank turn around and start shooting at the Stormtroopers. And it should pin them down. It does, before they can do anything. And now I've got my tanks advancing through. I've got 3 M22s up here now. And a P-51D. So you see, there's 2 more recon planes going out to spot what's in front of us. We're not seeing anything other than this Stug 3, because if we go to neutral, there really isn't anything. So, I have my guys charge. And I called up my fighter, because I can have him do stuff like pin that down, so it doesn't kill my M22s. I've got this M22 charging up. And I haven't attacked with my infantry here because, for a fairly simple reason, that they're very slow. And I wanted to focus on getting everything up that could move quickly. Because there's a reinforcement point there, and a reinforcement point there, and I want to cut them off. So working on cutting them off. Got my artillery trying to shoot the anti-tank gun that I think is over here, and still actually is. This unit here is charged forward, because that's pulling back. These are all stunned.
Got to pieces, sir.
I've cut that to pieces. And I've got this M22 charging into the rear, moving behind the Stug. That thing exposed itself.
Back up.
I've got both of those firing at that. I've got the Mustang coming in to pin this down, which it manages to do. And now the gun is broken. I love it when that happens. These things go down. That gets pinned. And I've got 2 trucks of 50 cals racing forward and command units. Now I'm trying to pin that down. Got the ammo storage. And it's trying to redirect which way it's facing. But I've got it falling back. I've got these things moving up to try to surrender these units. Now I'm just choosing to charge, because charging it to surrender it is faster than just trying to shoot it to death. And we have a wonderful opportunity here that cannot be lost. We've cut this reinforcement point off, and that Stug has now died. And I'm working on cutting this reinforcement point off using these 3 units and charging on through. Of course, this Grasshopper spots the Opel Blitz and the 2 armored fighting vehicles that have come out of the spawn area, and it also spots this truck, the Pack 40 that's been dropped off. I can also see this, but my guys are out of range, so I don't have to worry about that. The Cromwell can take care of the 47 mil. And here comes an HS-129. Doesn't manage to kill a Locust, which kind of sucks. That bomb goes down. Doesn't pin it.
Heading back home.
And here we got fighters on the map now. And here comes the 129 for another pass. Doesn't kill it, thankfully, but does get shot down in the process. And now we just have a clusterfuck of fighters. And my B-26B is withdrawing. I did lose my 1 fighter, and I'm pretty sure that Gabby goes down too. Yep, there goes Gabby. Poor Gabby. But oh well. So I've got my 2 Locusts, and I keep calling them Locusts. My M22s, charging these down to get them to surrender. And they do surrender. And now I have blocked this reinforcement point as well as that one. And I have these guys racing off to block this land reinforcement point. There's also that, so I'm trying to engage him. I've got this guy waiting there. That M22 will die. There's not a lot I can do about it. I've got a P-51D Mustang coming in to kill the JU-87G, because that's one of the biggest threats to my tanks. He's gone. That gets out before my fighter can get on him. And this is coming up behind my guys. This doesn't die. I thought it did.
Damn, they got me good that time.
Ouch. But I've got 2 50 cals firing on that now, so it keeps it pinned down. And I have blocked this reinforcement point off now using this M22. So now all the reinforcement points the opposing side have are the 2 over here. And there goes a recon unit. This thing is pulling back, constantly pinned down by the heavy machine guns. Man, I was wondering why I'm not advancing these guys. It's like, I'm using tanks. I've advanced all my tanks up there. There's not really much of a reason for these people to move, because they're too damn slow. They only do... Well, 20 is not so terrible, but they just can't keep up with what just happened. And I didn't want to have to command these guys and these guys at the same time, and the Air Force. So yeah. But blocked, blocked, and blocked. Although it doesn't have the color that it's blocked. Because you can see this is like grayed out. That's not for some reason. They've got some stuff in here, but that's slowly going down because they don't have any command units. And they're like losing morale. So that leaves Vulcan literally against the world. Because that's the only place anyone can spawn, is at these two areas now, as these are blocked. There, now that has officially changed color to faded out. So yeah, we're also at a +4 now. It is our map. Woohoo! I've got my infantry coming over here to hold these buildings, make it harder for them to retake that. Because they're all focused in here now. Too bad there's no destruction maps anymore, just fighting to destruction. That would be funny. That would be fun. Got some infantry units there. There's a assailant that's being pushed out here. And Balls, I'm going to call him Balls, is moving his stuff from over here into this direction, because Vulcan is now on his own against 4 players. Got my airborne rifles there to secure that spot. And they've got a lot right there. Look at all the stuff they have there trying to push everything back. Destroyed engine on that Panzer IV H Ramish something. So yeah, they still have air support coming in. They don't have. They do have a recon unit there. Not a recon unit, but that can probably still see that. Let's see. Wrong player. Yeah, that can still see this, even though it's not a recon unit. So they're trying to make a push in this direction to get to that reinforcement point. But they've been cut off. Although it's not going particularly well for that motor rifles there. That guy has been spotted by my Pathfinders. Of course, my Pathfinders are not equipped for a fight at that range. Not that it exceedingly matters. This is charging through. We're trying to. But there's only 50 seconds left, so... While it's probably entirely possible that they could have recovered from this, there is just not enough time in the game, and it doesn't allow for that. And it would have been kind of neat to see how well they recover from a situation like this. But the system doesn't allow for it. Ends up with us having a very, very decisive victory on this map in a very short amount of time. Look at that. Nope, you're alone up there now. So they've managed to blow a hole in the line here. I've got my stuff attempting to hold the spot. Panzer IV kills my M22, but then the game ends. Vulcan comes out pretty much even. Mano comes out pretty much even. Balak has come out slightly ahead, and I have come out pretty far ahead. Minus heavy machine gun did some of the best work. M22 Locust did very well as well. It's probably the M22 Locust in the British deck, which is why I keep calling it the M22 Locust. My howitzer did a decent job, and so did my P-51D Mustang. But yeah, that was just breaking through one part and taking out most of the reinforcement points, leading to a very quick and decisive end to the game. Without a huge amount of losses, or kills for that matter, either. Oh, the M22 died to the PaK-40. Well, hope you have fun with that video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you all for watching my video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Also, don't forget to hit that stupid little bell thing that YouTube has added, because otherwise you won't get notifications of any new videos if you subscribe. Also, follow me on Twitter, @GenJeft, as I always have my video updates on there, so you will never miss a video if you're on my Twitter feed, because they'll all be posted. And any other dumbass comment I make as well. So, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.